A lot of young niggas out here fucking grown women.
What's his name? I think his name is Munchie. Munchie the goat, Munchie the grape.
Wow, this what you gonna do, nigga?
Let's do it.
This what you gonna do, my nigga? Hey,
So,
I know everything going on.
Yeah, I said we gotta go there. We gotta go there.
South Dallas Kiki.
Yeah, Munchie says that, bro, I've been fucking with South Dallas Kiki for the past 2 years, and I got receipts to prove it.
And how old is Munchie right now?
Munchie is 16 years old.
So he been fucking with since he was 14?
Since he was 14.
How old is South Dallas Kiki? Do we know?
South Dallas is a good 35.
35, so she's about 33 and 14? 33 and 14.
33, 35,
Come
31.
on, man. I'm gonna say this though.
Let's go.
I called South Dallas Kiki the other day, right?
All right.
She didn't answer the motherfucking phone. I thought that was weird. I texted her. At the time, I didn't know about this Moochie shit, right? But she didn't hit me back, and I was wondering why. I didn't hear about this story until after that, and I'm like, oh shit, like damn, I didn't know that they were saying she 34 and he 14. God damn, nigga. I can't knock the young nigga. And in South Dallas Kiki, if you fucking with him, that's what
You
I don't
feel it's
know.
a double standard?
Most definitely. If that was a nigga in the
if that was a nigga,
R. Kelly, they would have R. Kelly the nigga to death.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But with females, it's most definitely a double standard. So, hey, look at all the niggas who fucking teachers now, right?
Oh, shit. I'd love to see in the comments how many young niggas was fucking with somebody older than 23.
It's a lot of young niggas fucking grown women.
What's going on? Gotcha. I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off.
I don't really know if this is my last time, but what I know is I'm feeling just fine. My life is like a red carpet, and I'm feeling like the richest millionaire. This is my local mayor, and I'm the biggest star around here.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you saw the clip. Google a book first so you can find it on Amazon. It's a dope read. So we got to go down this rabbit hole again with old women and young guys. I'm not even going to, because this could just be gossip, but I'm going to use it for what it's used for. There was a scene in the Power series with Kanan, right? Raising Kanan, where Kanan was messing with a grown woman, and his mother, Rock, came and basically put a gun to the chick head. You're not going to be seeing my son no more. And it was relevant in the sense of, see, people think about relationships between men and women or men being predators but talking to younger women, which in some ways I understand, and in some ways I don't, because of how people are raised. Like, some people are raised to actually look for older guys, and then when they get older guys, the guy automatically becomes some type of predator or pervert. It's weird. But on the flip side, it's if an older woman's giving you some sex, man, you coming up. It's a come up in the world, and she's not looked at as a predator, right? So the same thing goes on, say, with this Jalen Green situation that just happened. You see, a few years ago, it was Brittany Renner. It's just like she went to the college, and the guy wound up with her, having a kid with her, tried to marry her, blah, blah, blah. And people was like, is she a predator, or maybe he's just a young guy that's stupid? And I remember the whole situation even back years ago with Chief Keef, getting put on child support when he had a baby with I think the lady was like 30 or something like that. And he was like 16, 17 when he got pregnant, or 15, 16 when she got pregnant. It was a weird thing. It's like, he was a minor when they had their baby. I remember that. But he had to be on child support, and the court said nothing about it, right? So this is something that's really allowed. I remember, I forgot his name. He had a nickname of Crime Stopper. He was a basketball player, short point guard in the DMV. But he could have been in the NBA if he would have kept going on his trajectory. And he wound up having kids. And he had a kid with a grown woman. And basically, I think she called the cops on him or something like that, and got him arrested. And just, he didn't go to, I don't think he went to college after that. He was literally, let's just say, who can I say? Isaiah Thomas, the younger one, not the old one, but the one that played for the Celtics that almost won the MVP that year. He was basically in that ballpark as a player, right? But he is an older woman who was messing with the high school kid because he had a path to go to the league. So she got pregnant. Then she felt like he was a deadbeat, blah, blah, blah. And it started a downward spiral. I can't say it ruined them, but it definitely started a downward spiral. But we don't talk about this enough. You get what I'm saying? We don't talk about it enough because it's really like championed. Like I know being a Cougar is celebrated. Being a MILF is celebrated. But if you a sugar daddy, it has a perverted thing to it, right? She's only with you for sex. And it's like, and I saw a woman, she's not a young woman, saw a woman online like, when's the last time you slept with somebody young? She was like, I slept with a 21-year-old not that long ago. And people don't talk about it. Like people don't want to address all of these teachers sleeping with male students. That's been happening. The stories have been coming out for at least a decade, over and over and over again. Some of them old, some of them young, right? But it's the guys that go to jail. It's the ladies that go home. I remember the story of this Asian guy. He got he was, I think he married the teacher after he got her pregnant, but he got put on child support, and I think she lost her job or went to jail or something like that. But he actually was on, he got in the system. He was in the system worse than she was, if I'm not mistaken. And this happens a lot. Now, I will give a caveat. When I was younger, if you were a teenage boy, and every now and then you heard teenage boys who looked older, they would develop. They had a grown man's body. Then they might actually lie and say they older than they are, wind up with women, or women to know who they are, but since they got a grown man body and they can't find a grown man, they gonna sleep with him. I think an old video on DJ Vlad, Michael Jai White talked about that. He had, when he was younger, because he's basically been around the same size since he was like 15 or something like that. He had older women at that age because of his build, and people thought he was grown. And if you remember, even using the 80s and the 90s, in a sense, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, in the remake of Snoop of Lottie Dottie, I'm only 16. She says, stop lying. I says, I am. Go ask my mother. And what's your wrinkle? Yeah, I can't be your lover. Like, that happened. You get what I mean? That was like, at least that was like a situation where he denied it. But when you think about the whole Antoine Fisher movie, and I brought that up before, we don't talk about that enough. Even using R. Kelly as a reference, when they did the Surviving R. Kelly, and you found out that, older women were messing with him, it's like, oh my goodness. But forget it. He wound up talking to younger women, because when he was a younger boy, older women was talking to him. It's like, you can see where that happens. But ironically, that was the same situation with Marvin Gaye. He was like the antithesis of that. When he married Berry Gordy's sister, she was like 16 or 17 years older than him. And then when he wound up marrying Janice, he was like 16, 17 years older than her. And it was looked at differently each way, right? So some of this hypersexuality that we talk about with black men comes actually from this: older women, younger men. And even when you wind up being an adult, older women are trying to find younger men for the sex. Sometimes, and older women, and some of these diseases that some of these guys get, they wind up getting them from older women who like unprotected sex because they're older women, right? But they're not disclosing their medical issues to these guys. So then these guys wind up with something. So it is what it is on that. And then you walk around, these guys are doing this, these guys are passing around this, and nobody ever asked the question with women having a higher STD rate than men, that could it be the women, who are they sleeping with? It's not just guys, it's in the street or been to jail or, there's young boys, teenage boys, you know what I'm saying? You've seen it happen too many times. Some of you guys who you're friends, hate to say it, but some of y'all mothers or aunties have flirted with your friend and you know it. And ironically, some of these friends probably slept with your mama or auntie or something like that. I hate to say it, but I think the mama's a rare case, but the auntie not as rare. But I'm gonna leave it at that. You tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.